Good morning, everybody. Today's class is Charaka Samhita, Indriya sthana. How it helps in PG and examinations. In what way you have to study? Let us see. Generally, what is the purpose of this presentation? What for? What I mean to say, based on the subjective symptoms expressed on body or in body, how we can predict the bad subjective symptoms prior to death is the main concept of this presentation, is it not? So, Charaka Samhita, Indrasthana, if you are watching, clearly mentioned the subjective symptoms prior to death have been explained. Really, the subject is very difficult to follow. See, you take the first chapter or second chapter, or how many chapters are there? Generally, in Charaka, Indrasthana, 9 chapters are there. In each chapter, having one specific future. What I mean to say, having importance to predict the signs and subjective symptoms prior to death. See, you take the first chapter, it deals with the Varna Swariyam Adhyayam. Swara means voice box and Varna means Varna means here color. Based on the or by observing the color, Varna and Swara voice box, you can predict the subjective symptoms prior to death. How it happens generally. So this is first chapter. How the question comes. See, in which chapter based on the color and based on the nature of the Swara, the subjective symptoms prior to death have been explained. So that is the chapter number 1, Varna Swariyam Indriyam Adhyayam. Now we are coming to the second chapter, deals with the Pushpitakam Indriyam Adhyayam. What is Pushpitakam Indriyam Adhyayam? By inhaling the smell of the pushpa, how you will come to know the nature of the flower. In the same manner, you can understand by inhaling the smell of the body, Sarira, you can understand the subjective symptoms prior to death generally. Now, third one, Parimarsaniyam Indriyam Adhyayam. Just by touching the body, the subjective symptoms are understood. The question may come like this. In Uchi Samhita, in Uchi sthana, just by touching the Sarira, the subjective symptoms prior to death have been explained. So that is Charaka Samhita, Indriya sthana, chapter number 4. That is Charaka Samhita, Indriya sthana, chapter number 4. Now, coming to the one more important sign, prediction of the death, based on the symptoms of the disease, by taking the degree of the pathology based on the subjective symptoms of the disease, in which chapter, which sthana, it is explained. That is the answer is Charaka Indriya sthana, chapter number 5. Purvarupiyam Indriyam Adhyayam. Purvarupiyam Indriyam Adhyayam. So now you can understand how the question comes, in what way you have to answer. Next one more question. By knowing the futures of the patient, in which sthana, which samhita, the subjective symptoms prior to death have been mentioned. The answer is Charaka Indriya sthana, chapter number 6. Charaka Indriya sthana, chapter number 6. Next one. In Uchi chapter, in Uchi Samhita, the signs have been understood based on the nature or movement of the pupil. How many Samhitas are there? How many Mula Granthas are there? Among them, Charaka Samhita, Indriya sthana, Pannarupiyam Adhyayam. In Pannarupiyam Adhyayam tells about the characters of the body prior to death, or understanding the intensity of the disease. A body's condition almost prior to condition, by knowing the pupil movement. That is Charaka Samhita, Indriya sthana, Pannarupiyam Adhyayam. Charaka Samhita, Pannarupiyam Adhyayam, chapter number 7. Here think, the Samhita may be asked, or the sthana may be asked, or in sthana the chapter number may be asked. Next one. In which Samhita, by the shadow of the Sarira, the subjective symptoms are predicted. I am repeating, in which Samhita, by the shadow of the Sarira, the subjective symptoms prior to death have been explained. The answer is Avaks శిరసనీయం అవాక్ శిరసనీయం ఇంద్రియం అధ్యాయం చరక సంహిత ఇంద్రియ స్థాన చరక సంహిత ఇంద్రియ స్థాన చాప్టర్ నెంబర్ 8. And one more point, basically in our granthas based on the color, they have predicted the threat condition of the Sharira, severe 100% threat condition of Sharira. See, if you take in Charaka Samhita Indrasthana chapter number 9, Charaka Samhita Indrasthana chapter number 9 deals with the Syavanimitiyam Adhyayam. It deals with the black discoloration of the eyes. So, by understanding by observing the black discoloration of the eyes, we can understand we can predict the subjective symptoms prior to death. So, now I have explained here importance of the sthana, chapters and each chapter name. You have to go through every day. In one day, just by going through, you cannot remember things every day. It requires a lot of practice really if you want to get seats in repeated organizations.